Season 5, Episode 3. Let's roll it. What's up, guys? Brent back again with another review of The Flash today. Of course, yeah, you know it. And what next to say? So, of course, today we'll be reviewing Season 5, Episode 3, which is very not subtly called The Death of Vibe. So, start typing in and rip in the comments with this emoji, the cross piece praying emoji. I can't believe what this meant. The praying emoji. Type that in the comments right now. So yeah. Anyways, anyway. So let's get on to the episode, shall we? And this episode is picking up straight after the last episode left off, where Nora's now explaining to Team Flash who Cicada is, as she knows who Cicada is from the future, as he's part of the villains section in the Flash Museum. And a really nice surprise, the episode actually opens up with a scene of Nora as a child in the villains section of the Flash Museum, which was a really nice surprise. That was a really nice, awesome surprise seeing the Flash Museum. And we saw it in our interior shot of it quickly, which is the Flash Museum in the future is just Star Labs, which some, of course, just now turned to a museum and stuff. And they do have a big golden Flash statue outside the front, which is really cool. And honestly, I couldn't see everything that was in the Flash Museum there. It's like a scene you have to pause and then look around and dissect to see every little Easter egg in that scene. So, but I will tell you the thing I did see in that scene. So, right off the bat, you do see Reverse Flash and Savitar's costumes in there. I believe Zoom's costume might also be in there too, because Reverse Flash and Savitar were all on just one row put together, so I assume Zoom's costume's there too. We also see the Axel Walker Trickster costume, which he's the second Trickster in the show. We see his costume standing up too. We also see the Thinker's chair there. I believe we also saw the Thinker's thinking cap as well there, or maybe it was I believe it was a Thinker's thinking cap, or was it was it either, or it might have been the thinking cap that Team Flash made. I don't know, it looked like some kind of thinking cap, I don't know. We saw the iron mask that Zoom had Jay Garrick wear back when he was keeping him prisoner in Season 2. We also saw the wand they used to try and take down Weather Wizard a couple times before, the wand that kind of looks like a lightsaber and stuff. I couldn't really see what else, I was trying to look around really fast, I couldn't really see what else was there, yeah. I can't really think of anything else right now. If you saw anything, maybe you can tell me in the comments down below, but stuff. There's a lot of stuff there. I assume maybe stuff maybe Captain Cold's costume is probably in there. Maybe Captain Cold's weapon. Maybe stuff who knows? Honestly, I forget. I don't really know what else can be in there. I'm trying to think of what else could be in there. Nothing come to mind right now. But whatever. And of course, there's one section there. This case newspaper article. It's just a paper kept in a glass case about Cicada. And Nora basically tells them that in the future, Cicada is never caught, and they never find out his real name. But they just know his name is Cicada. That's his nickname they gave him, his alias. No one knows really anything about him, and they do know that the sound he makes is the last sound you hear before you die, which is pretty cryptic and creepy. The sound he makes is that'd be pretty creepy thing to hear right before you die. It's like a Darth Vader kind of sound. I would not want to hear that right before I die. And of course, they explain that no heroes have ever been able to catch Cicada. She mentions that Supergirl, the Legend, and even the Legion of Superheroes, they were never able to catch him. Which then, Ralph Dimney says, well, yeah, because his blade can dampen Supergirl's powers, so of course they can't catch him. But then they ask, what about non-powered people like Green Arrow? And she says, no, he wasn't able to catch him either. So this is really showing that this guy is very someone dangerous and very tough to beat in the series. No superhero, not even the Green Arrow, who's a very tactical superhero, can catch him and stuff. So that's very interesting. And Cisco basically describes him as the Jack the Ripper. Basically, he's this guy who's hunting down metahumans and was never caught and stuff. Never know who he truly was. So it's a very fitting title to give him. But another thing also Nora reveals that he's not supposed to be here now. Apparently he's supposed to show up years later. But because Nora came to this timeline, the current time, she messed with the timeline a little bit, so now Cicada showed up a little bit earlier, which is not good. She thinks of a plan of how they can catch him and stuff, because she mentioned in the future they never enlist the help of a Wells to help catch him and stuff, so they call forth a brand new Harrison Wells to help them out, and this is when we meet the brand new Harrison Wells of the TV show, or for this season. So they quickly first call this one guy from the Council of Wells. So they first called this one member from the Council of Wells for help. It was just he's this German Steve Jobs kind of guy, and he's a very nice guy actually. He's complimenting him all, he's saying he's a big fan of the Flash. Actually, like she's like, Iris is you're a very clever genius, and so is Nora and stuff. He's just complimenting him on he's being a nice guy and stuff. He's like, probably like the nicest as well as, like him and HR from season 3 are the 2 nicest wells we've met ever. But then he says he can't help them, Sally, but he does know a guy who can, so he gives them the location and the Earth to bring in Sherlock Wells, or Sherlock Wells. He's like French kind of name. Stuff like that. So for this scene, we have a more Sherlock detective type of Wells and stuff. He's a pretty interesting well. He's actually a pretty cool character. I still personally prefer the Harrison Wells from season 2, the Harry Well and stuff. He's, I think, still the definitive Harrison Wells character on the show. I mean, Harrison Wells from season 1 was also really good too, but that was of course Reverse Flash Harrison Wells, but still just like Tom Cavanaugh's performance in that first scene was really good, but still. Out of like talking about like actual Harrison Wells, season 2 Harrison Wells, Harry Wells from Earth 2 was like my favorite. But still, this Sherlock Wells, he's really cool. I really like, he's a very interesting character. He knows how to like solve things very quickly. Like he was able to determine that Cisco has a broken heart very quickly. He can determine that Bear was the Flash and that Norris is Doc. And that like Iris is hiding something from him about something from like Sherlock about like former lover and shit like that. I'm not sure what he was talking about and stuff. He helps them out figure out who Cicada really is and where he is, and they find out that his name is David Hirsch, and he's hiding out in this like old abandoned like farm kind of house out somewhere and stuff. And they catch him, and he's now defeated. Not, but they actually caught the wrong they caught the wrong guy, and the real Cicada is actually now gone to Joe West's house to get information on Vibe, or no, to get him to bring Vibe here, because after doing some research in the library, looking at old newspaper articles, he knows that Joe West knows who Vibe is, so he wants him to bring Vibe here so he can kill him, of course. But while this is also going, and Caitlin enlists Ralph's help to help her figure out the mystery of her dad, if he's alive or not, and so they go to Caitlin's mother and ask her, did you fake my dad's like death certificate, and she's tells like, you think I would do that and stuff like that, and like blah blah blah. They kind of disagree a little. Ben tells her that like your father is dead and like stop looking into the past and stuff like that. And basically Ralph calls her, says she's a terrific liar and stuff. So yeah, but then they decided to do a little bit more digging and find out the real truth. So Ralph and Caitlin then break into the lab after hours a little bit and go into this secret room and find the a drawer that has like some files and information on her dad. Well, not information, there's a couple of things about her dad. Like, she finds stuff like this old game that her dad used to play. It was just like a game where, like, he would teach her about the periodic stuff on the periodic table, and she would be allowed to create, like, fake elements and stuff to be a part of the game and stuff, and then he would use that to his advantage to try and teach her, make sure she's aware of which is the fake, which are the real ones and stuff. And she talked about how, like, her dad used to have a lot of fun, and Ralph basically then finds this other note, which she looks over and finds out is actually a suicide note of him saying goodbye and stuff to Caitlin and the mother and stuff. So that's sad. But then back to the others, Barry's not convinced that this guy is Cicada, and then after doing some of his own little investigating, he's found out he's not Cicada because the boot marks from a previous crime scene with this guy, David Hirsch, do not match. They're one boot size like 3 times the size of this guy. And he also scanned him. He finds no dark matter particles inside him, so he's not Cicada at all. So they've been duped, and they found out Sherlock Wells that he lied. Well, technically, he reveals that he actually caught David Hirsch or Cicada 37 times on different Earths. So 37 times on different Earths, he caught him, and like every time it was always this David Hirsch guy. So we just figured, okay, it's this guy again. Just find out where he is. He's done. It's David Hirsch. But of course, it's not him because, of course, Nora came. They figured out that because Nora coming to the present, bringing Cicada, earlier into the timeline, mess things up and change things. So now it's someone else. So it's not who he thinks it is. So now it's someone else completely. But Nora still kind of rushes in everything, just wants to lock up the guy, this David Hirsch guy. So like, no, he's Cicada. We have to lock up and stuff. And she just wants to do that because she feels bad now that she brought this murderer, like the most deadliest killer in history apparently. She feels bad about bringing him to currently right now in the timeline and stuff and getting these other people killed now because of her mistake, because she wants to try and stop it very quickly and stuff. And so it's understandable and stuff, but Barry reassures you can't just rush and everything. You have to think about it first, then execute it, which is good teaching. But Cicada kind of tortures Joe at his house for a little bit with his lightning bolt dagger, which actually you can shoot lightning out of and tortures Joe. But Joe's a tough guy. He's not even screaming or anything. He's in pain, but he's not even screaming at all because he refuses to give up the location of Cisco and Vibe and bring him here and stuff. But then Cecile with her mind powers that are still here, which I I really don't get what is with them. Like, saying she has them still, she doesn't have them, she has them. Like, I don't get what this show is with for, like, can you pick if you want her to have these powers or not? So, like, she hears Joe's mind and it's in pain. She goes downstairs quietly and finds Cicada there. And, like, Joe then started talking in his head so that she can read his thoughts and say, don't do this, it's what he wants. She's about to alert the others that Cicada's here for, like, little, like, warning signal thing on her phone and stuff. But then Cicada starts threatening to kill other people of his family if he doesn't give his up-to-date location. But then their daughter Jenna is a daughter. I remember this time they have a daughter. I think her name was Jenna or Gemma. She starts crying, and then Cicada hears her and sees Cecile, and Cecile turns on her location, thinking to let them get them to come here and save them. Cisco comes in and stuff, but then Cicada throws him back through his breach he opened up to get here, and they come out through a forest and stuff and flash to it. They go to catch up to them before they left. They have to try and figure out what forest they're in, and Shockwell proves he's not entirely useless, as he actually has now getting help from Cisco over his intercom and stuff, asking him what do the trees look like, and he lets them hear the sounds coming from the forest and determines what the forest is and stuff. So even though he was being lazy about the Cicada thing, about just figuring, oh, it's just this guy again, he actually is a smart detective. Like, he's just listening to look stuff in the forest. He can just tell where they are and stuff. But of course, Cicada and Vibe are having a little duel and stuff, and Flash comes in to save him, but of course he dampens Flash power soon and starts beating badly. Nora wants to rush in very quickly to save him, but of course she knows Flash's teaching, don't rush in and everything and stuff, so she now thinks of a plan. And coming prior to the episode, Shockwell has faked his death and stuff, so he was just trying to get out and stuff, because he spent all the money, because he cost a lot of money to hire apparently, so he already spent all their money and stuff after he was hired and stuff in one day and stuff. And he was going to get out of there before they asked for a refund, but they caught him in time. And they used the method that he used to fake his death, which was say that this thing inside the pipeline exploded and got loose and killed him and vaporized him. And they used that. Nora rushes over to the area and knocks down Cicada quickly and hands over the thing to Vibe so he can throw it. And it's not stable right now, so he throws it. It's energy thing and to explode, and Cicada very quickly had enough time to just knock it back at Cisco, and the explosion goes off, killing Cisco and injuring Cicada because he's now bleeding, and knocks back Nora and Flash a little bit and stuff. And his gears now, and we just see the remains of Cisco's gear, which of course is gloves and his glasses and stuff. And Vibe's dead now because the episode is of course the death of Vibe. No, he's not dead. Of course he's not dead. If anyone really expected them to kill Vibe and Cisco off in, the third episode of the season, that'd be insane. And, it's Cisco! Why would you kill Cisco, man? Cisco's amazing. Well, it's a nice little Easter egg he makes. While he's, about to throw the unstable core at Cicada, he calls him Michael Myers, which is very fitting, since currently right now, how the current Halloween film has just... I think, yeah, it just did come out. So it's a nice little reference around the time. I don't think they planned to do that. Maybe they did, I don't know. But yeah, it's a nice little reference considering the film just came out. But of course now Vibe is dead, or presumed dead, and so now they have to leave it that way so Cisco can't go back out in the field as Vibe, or in case Cicada might come after him again and stuff. So he can't be Vibe right for now and stuff. And then the last couple minutes of the episode basically invite Barry and Iris invites Nora to stay at their place now, because they're now letting Sherlock Wells stay at the in the loft that Nora was staying at Star Labs now, because he's now going to be staying here on Earth 1 to help them out with Cicada still. Ralph and Kayla have a nice little talking. They have a nice little talk in that car right back to Star Labs, and he feels bad that he let her just sad as I know, but he tells her, no you didn't, you led me to some ID for a long time, closure and stuff like that. And they talk, and then he hands her the death certificate later on when they're back at Star Lab and tells her, forget what your mom said, just don't forget the path. It's nice to remember it sometimes and stuff like that. But then Caitlin finds something really interesting. Because she finds a lot of her dad's old notes, and a lot of them don't make sense. That there are a lot of them are about these elements. He's talking about these elements and stuff that does not exist. But she remembers that it's actually connected to that game about the periodic table and stuff, and she was part of the game. And looking at all these notes he has, she deciphers that all these fake stuff is actually are codes for letters, and she writes them out on paper that says, "Caitlin, come find me." I'm not sure how she really figured it out, and she's clearly the detective too. Then, but I would not be able to figure that out. The last few scenes are Iris asking and Joe about anything he can tell her about to Cicada, and all he tells was that he sounded like a dad the way he was talking to me about family and kids and like not wanting to have to hurt my family and stuff. And saying he sounded like a guy who had a kid, he sounded like a parent stuff like that. Then we see a scene of like Cicada in a hospital with like a nurse taking care of his daughter actually, and we actually do find out part of his real name actually, which is Orson or not Orson, Olson or Olin. It's something like that. It was like Olin something or like that. Which I'm not sure about the first name or last name, but that's part of his real name. And he's there, and we see that he actually has metahuman powers, and he has this power like we saw it earlier before. After he presumes he killed Cisco, he has the power to super jump and shit. And he also has the ability to heal because like because the doctor asks him, show me the wound you have, and he reveals his code to show the wound he has on his chest here, which is it's not healing. She says so he has the power to heal too. So it's kind of interesting. He's a metahuman, which we just thought he just had this dagger that had the power to dampen power, but no, he's actual metahuman stuff. And of course, his daughter's injured from what we have to assume from a metahuman attack from we don't know how long ago, but it was a metahuman attack now in a coma and stuff. So we don't know like fully why he's doing the things he's doing right now. We don't understand his motives right now, which they're very simple in understanding motives, honestly, because it's his daughter, like it's his world. She's injured, he's in a coma right now because of metahuman and stuff, and like he realizes that like they just bring more harm and danger to the city than they do good. And like Flash is here, but like he honestly, since he showed up, metahumans have been coming in ever since. So that's kind of like his mindset. Like he didn't like exactly state that, but like we can just tell that's his mindset right now. Like just they cause more harm and stuff, so might as well get rid of them all before more people are caught in the crossfire and shit from their battles and stuff. And the last thing in the episode is actually just Sherlock Wells asking Nora, did you choose to come here and stop that satellite and stuff? And then he's like, no, of course you did, and stuff like that. Of course you chose to do that. And she's like, yeah, right, I did. And like, I'm not really sure what he was like, implying here, because like she's saying, because like the whole thing was that Barry was telling her that like, you know, you can make a choice, like decide on a choice what you need to do for a situation, then do it. And so I guess he's like kind of saying that you choose to do that, like the satellite thing. Like I don't know exactly what they're implying. I guess Sherlock Holmes is gonna investigate her a little bit more, so that's gonna happen. But yeah, overall, this is a really good episode. I think it's actually definitely really more strong than the last. The last episode was good too, but like this is a really strong episode. Honestly, this is a really good episode. Just like its pacing, the writing, and just like that showdown with Cicada with like vibe. Like you were on the edge of your seat like I think all of us knew like there's no chance in hell they're gonna kill Cisco, but still at the same time you're scared they might kill Cisco, like because it's like Cisco, like he's awesome, like you can't kill Cisco. It's just a really good episode. It was also awesome seeing like this like the investigation side of like Ralph and Kayla. I just love seeing more of this investigation side of the Ralph this season because that's what he's in the comics. We also saw him see him stop a robbery earlier on in the episode. It was really cool. It was nice seeing him getting more action, getting back into the fight and stuff this season. It was really cool. Like seeing him use his powers and stuff. Yeah, just there's a lot of cool stuff they're doing. Like the new Wells is a cool character. The storyline they're doing with Kayla and her father is getting pretty interesting right now. And Cicada, just all I have to say, Cicada is definitely getting up there right now. It's probably one of my favorite villains on the show thus far. Definitely up there with like Reverse Flash and like stuff like that. Like he's like he hasn't talked a lot this season. Like this episode he's probably spoken the most he's ever had. But, like just hearing him speak, how his like facial expressions, how he speaks, like you just understand what he's going through. He's in pain, like he's suffering from all this shit with like the medical team that just goddamn hates them and stuff for his daughter and stuff. Like you just understand his because his goals are so simple. They're just like so simple goals. They're not like big outlandish goals like the previous villains. Like I want to become the God of Speed, Savitar. I want to become the God of Speed too, the Thinker. Let's get a bunch of metahumans and like put all their powers in me, then like use a satellite to turn everyone that's in the world dumb, but make me the smartest human being alive. So like, and then we have this scene, a nice refreshing thing start with a villain who just has simple motives. He just wants to get rid of these people who cause nothing but harm and stuff, and which is one of them being his daughter. So it's kind of simple like Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash's plot was just he wanted to get back to his own timeline, which to do that he had to help create the Flash and like train him and stuff. So like it's simple motives and stuff like that, which is great. And then just Chris Klein, like I said, just for his facial expression and like the few lines he's had, he's really great as Scary. He's doing really good and stuff, and like he's definitely really good. And he's just so creepy and shit. He's really good, and like he's just a really good villain. Like I really can't give him much praise for that. He's really good. Like just from seeing the guy in only the American Pie films, seeing him in this show, he's really good at acting. This guy's great. Like seriously, just So this guy, the Cicada, is just a really good villain in the scene. He's really great and stuff. So yeah, he's awesome. Overall, I would give this episode honestly a 9 out of 10 as well. Like the first episode, this is like just like the tension was there. You were on edge of your seat. There was some good humor. The new Wells is great, and like just the mystery adds, and like and the villain's very understanding and stuff. Just like this is a really good episode. Like 9 out of 10, like I said, and stuff. And only problem, once again, is freaking Cecile's power. Like I feel like this is my complaint every episode so far. Like how they're really just like being so sloppy with her abilities. Like, are we keeping them? Are we not keeping them? Like, it's just like it's literally my main problem. Like, it's not like the biggest. It's like a little pet peeve. It's not like the biggest problem. It's not like lowering the quality of the episode, but it's like a little bit of pet peeve for me. Like, just do you want to keep them or not? Please tell me. Thank you all for watching. Tell me in the comments down below if you watched The Flash and what did you think of this episode from today and stuff. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys all later for the next episode of The Flash on next Wednesday, because I Flash comes on Tuesday and I upload these videos on Wednesday. So next Wednesday. So yeah, see you guys all later for Flash on next Wednesday. Bye. Zoom.